Hello, I just thought about doing this video just spontaneously. I was doing a video that I want to do for a long time about how I changed as I got older, and then it kind of at the end it turned into this whole, yeah, freedom of speech or not. So then I'm going to make it the own video because I like talking about it. And the whole gist of this video is you either have freedom of speech or you don't have freedom of speech. There's no halfway freedom of speech. Because if you have halfway freedom of speech, then that means that freedom of speech is defined by whoever has the power, right? The absolute power to decide who has the freedom of speech. And then so he draws a little box over here. But then you're excluding all the people who are outside of that little box, you know? It's like, oh, us Catholics, we get to talk trash about all those people, all those atheists, and tell them they're going to burn in hell for all of eternity. And that the Jews killed Jesus and that they need to get, gassed, and that the, and all the black people or the animals don't have souls, and the black people, their voodoo is going to send them to hell, so they can't talk about that. But if you agree with what we say, you can talk about whatever you want as long as you agree with what we, that's not freedom of speech. You either have freedom of speech or you don't have freedom of speech. Now, I'm a little bit I'm kind of, God, it's still raining. It's raining hard. I'm kind of motivated to do this one because, like, my mother, I turn on my phone and I have a message. And it's my mother screaming her head off at me, going, I'm so offended by you. You can't imagine how offended I am about that Fuck Jesus Christ video. You take that off right now. You're gonna... She didn't say that in this particular message, but she said it a bunch of times before. You're gonna embarrass the family, and I'm not gonna allow that. And you... you come from a good family and you can't do that, and you're offending me. And I've heard other people say that kind of shit too. Like I mentioned how I was thinking about Jesus' hair flowing in the wind and his sweaty muscles and stuff. And some guy is my Facebook update, and some fundamentalist Christian who I didn't even know was a fundamentalist Christian who clicked me as a friend, goes balls out, balls to the wall on me, calls me and yelling at me for an hour and a half, telling me I'm going to burn in hell for all of eternity and all this shit, and then trying to get all these other people to unfriend me on Facebook, and going, basically pulling out all stops and going after me, threatening to sue me because I record the conversation, even though he encouraged me to record the conversation and upload on YouTube. I mean, basically people getting offended, and it's like, these are my rules about being offended about freedom of speech, okay? This is like how I am. You should get offended by somebody, or you have the right to get offended by somebody if they attack you directly. If they go scream at you and if they use emotion, if they go, you suck, I fucking hate you, you're gonna burn in hell, I think you're an asshole, I think you're a loser, everybody else hates you. That would offend me if somebody said that. I mean, or it wouldn't offend me. It actually would not offend me, but I can understand how it would offend you. If I did that to somebody and they said, oh, I'm offended, I would understand that. I would understand it. But if I say something that somebody else doesn't agree with, and then they go, oh my God, I'm so offended by that, then that's their problem. Okay, it's not my problem, and it's not my responsibility to not say it, because that's the freedom of speech thing. Freedom of speech is you either have it or you don't. So I get to say what I want. And I mean, I would say, yeah, it's your right, and from my point of view, responsibility to argue with me what I just said. Instead of saying I'm offended by you, go, okay, that's a stupid thing to say, and this is why, da 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 da, and then I would get to go, oh yay, wee, because that's what wets my whistle. Somebody actually being provocative and going, you shouldn't say that fuck Jesus Christ because it'll upset this person and it'll cause these people to not like this. Then I'd be like, oh, cool, because it give me all these reasons to kick your ass in the argument. And believe me, I would kick your ass in the argument. That's why nobody's ever going to argue with me about anything. They're just going to get offended, But, I mean, that's just me saying I kick your ass. I mean, I'm kind of like that. I mean, I'm not afraid to lose an argument. I'd love to lose an argument, because then I would recognize that I lost the argument, and then I would change my idea, and then it would make me one step smarter, right? I mean, you don't have to win. You know, somebody who joins a sport, they don't expect to win every race, you know, or every tournament. They lose it, and then they get better, and they learn from their mistakes, and then they go back and they can do better and win. So then I say something stupid, I put my foot in my mouth, and then somebody, you know, argues with me, and then I argue back, and then they argue with me, and then they finally get in my head, oh wait, I was wrong about that, wasn't I? That's never happened, and it never will happen. But I would be happy if it did, because then, you know what I mean? It'd make me smarter in that way. But anyways, freedom of speech, you either have it or you don't have it. There's no halfway freedom of speech. That's like the FCC thing that I uploaded, you know. I mean, people have all these bans of all these words you can't say. Well, who decides what words you can't say, you know? It's like illegalizing weed. Who decides what plant you have to illegalize? Why not just legalize all the plants that are already in existence since the beginning of time and focus on illegalizing drugs that people make that kill people? You know, like somebody invents like I believe in the FDA, that the FDA should test stuff. I mean, not have to test something that's natural, that's made out of natural ingredients, but some kind of like chemical thing that if you take one pill you can die. Like that kind of stuff, yeah, should be regulated. But like, don't regulate like natural things, and don't regulate natural people saying natural stuff. You know. So yeah, you either have freedom of speech or you don't. Like, as far as like Nazis, and then somebody might go, oh, but what about the neo-Nazis? What if they start a YouTube channel and they start professing how we should kill all the Jews and kill all the black people, you know? Because if they start doing that, then they're going to recruit lots of neo-Nazis, and then we're going to have a neo-Nazi faction who's going to be out there killing all the blacks and the Jews, and then we're going to have another Holocaust. And it's like, no, because you know why? Because neo-Nazis are stupid, and they're just going to be the laughing stock of YouTube, and it's going to be funny. It's going to be like Fox News. I don't think we should censor Fox News. I don't think we should put extra taxes on Fox News or be like, oh, I'm scared of Bill O'Reilly. That shit's just funny. They're not gonna convince anybody but stupid people, and stupid people aren't capable of making anything happen. Stupid people don't have imaginations. They don't have. I mean, they can get together, yeah, like fundamentalist Christian groups. They get together and like put laws and stuff on other people, but that's exactly what I'm saying is don't put laws on but that's the only rule. I'm kind of an anarchist. Like, there should be no rules, except for the rule that you can't make rules about what somebody can and can't say and can and can't do. Basically, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think that every town should have like a big green grass where anybody can just sleep. You know. And if somebody goes, oh, but then that'll cause problems. Well, where has it caused problems? You know, you always need an example of where it caused problems to do that. And if you look into history, the problems are caused by people's freedoms getting inhibited, by people having the shackles around their mouths and their arms, not by giving people freedom. It's the free countries that that produce the most ideas and have the most inventions and have the highest GDPs and the happiest people. And it's the suppressed countries that have the lowest GDPs and invent the least amount of things and have the most amount of social strife and the most drama and the most hatred. So do you want to be a free first world country or not? I mean, if we're not going to have freedom of speech, then let's strike that whole land of the free and home of the brave, and let's take that Second Amendment or that second clause of the First Amendment out. You know, you either have it or you don't. Okay. So as far as like my mom saying that bullshit to me, I mean, I've already explained it to her. And if my mom ever figures out how to watch YouTube and see this video, I've already explained it to you, Mom. So I'm not going to talk to you. I don't care if you're my mom. I'm not going to talk to you until you apologize to me. We're over. Our relationship is over. Keep giving me my money, though. Keep administering me, putting the money into my little travel card thing and stuff. But yeah, fuck you. I'm not going to talk to you for a long time. Eat this. That's your own fucking problem. Alright, ciao.